Welcome back to the Tipsy Ghosts. We're your tipsy hosts, Sarah, and Lindsay.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi. I'd like to try a new game.
Okay.
If we can. A while back, we did the whole story game, right?
Yeah.
Why do you breathe like that?
She doesn't like being surprised.
Get nervous.
Yes, she's anxious.
Okay. Well, you can be the person with me that asks questions to Lindsay.
Wait, so I'm the only one playing the game?
Yeah, we're all playing the game. You just get the questions.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now, it's going off of a game that I heard, and I'm sure there's other rules, but basically I think what we're going to do is it has to be a yes or no question.
Okay.
We're going to be kind of telling a story in question form to Lindsay. All right. Like, we're going to stay on one topic. It can't just be random.
What's my goal?
The game is called How Far Would You Go? Okay. So the goal is to get her to eventually say no.
Okay.
Right? But we want her to say yes a few times. I'll start. Lindsay, we are at a haunted house. This haunted house is full of spiders that we know of, like tarantulas, spiders everywhere. Where'd you go in?
Yes.
Okay, so at this haunted house, there's also a dusty basement where a murder took place, and there's still blood down there. It's like dirt floors and then blood splattered all over the wall, and it smells like blood. Would you go down to the...
Smells like
It's like,
blood.
how recent was this murder?
It happened earlier that day.
It happened that day. There is still a pool of blood.
There might still be a body.
It smells like blood. Would you go down there?
I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as there's not still a murderer down there.
We don't know that. We don't know.
DVD.
Plot twist. The victim is now gone. Okay.
Why are we going into a crime scene?
The victim is gone. However, the murderer has left eyeballs. We don't know where they are. They could be on the floor. They could be on the stairs. It's dark. You're going to have to walk down the stairs onto the floor in the pitch dark. You don't have a flashlight. There
Your
are
phone
two
is dead.
extracted eyeballs somewhere. How did I get here?
Why?
Around.
You are making this worse and worse. You have no flashlight. You're going to fall flat on your face in the dark. Your phone is dead.
Eyeballs.
You have to feel around for the eyeballs.
Do I have to find the eyeballs? Like,
Okay.
What's the point of that?
No, the point of this question is, would you still go down there?
No.
Oh, I got her.
Because I'm not going to go down into a dark space with no light whatsoever.
Okay, fine. You have a flashlight.
Okay. If I have a flashlight,
You have a
yes.
flashlight, you can go down there. Okay, you're next.
Okay. If this dark place...
Uh-huh. The basement. Hello, demon.
The dark, dusty, bloody.
If the...
It still smells like blood.
Smells like blood and eyeballs.
If this place had 4 cubbies, and the cubbies consisted of 1 teddy bear, 1 energy drink,
Ooh, okay.
1 thing where you put your hands in to keep your hands warm.
Oh.
Like the
hand
mitt,
warmer?
like a mitt thing.
Yeah, a hand warmer
A
thing.
muff. That's
And
what-
then
A muff.
1 set of eyeballs. Would you put your hands in to find the energy drink?
Do I have to put my hands in all of them, or can I just do it in one?
I don't know. It's up to you. You have
Are
to
they
find
covered?
You have to find the energy drink.
Is it like a covered cubby?
It's dark, but the flashlight won't shine in.
So I have to
So you
reach
have
in
to
blindly
blindly reach
Blindly
in.
reach
until I
in.
find the energy drink?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have my reasoning for this.
What's
What
your
is it?
reasoning?
So like an energy drink is going to sit up high, right? Eyeballs are going to be sitting down low, so I'll just go up high. And if I don't feel anything, then that means that's not the energy drink.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know. What if the eyeballs are on a
Oh my
spike?
gosh. What a spike.
Yes.
And you reach in and it's just eyeball on a spike. I'm just kidding. Okay, you've reached your energy drink, okay?
Woo, got my energy drink.
You're energized. You've
Great.
You have survived the basement full of blood and dust. It is time to go upstairs and investigate.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys are still missing my biggest fear. And I've told you my biggest fear.
Is it snakes?
Yes. Damn it, I messed it up with
I have
spiders.
headphones. I can hear you.
Is it snakes?
Ooh, okay.
I know your biggest fear.
Mhm. You should. We've
Good
been friends
luck.
how long?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now you're upstairs. And now, in order to go upstairs, you know there's going to be like a really cool experience. There's going to be a ghost up there that you want to investigate, okay?
Finally.
I guarantee
We
ghost.
know it. It's going to be up there. But in order to go up the stairs, there is a snake on every step.
No.
It's a no?
It's a no.
It's a hard no.
But what if it's like up here and you could duck down?
A snake on every step?
But like hanging at the top of the step and you could like slither
I was
your
thinking they were
way
on
up
the
there.
steps.
Oh, okay.
I was imagining them laying on the steps. Yeah.
You were thinking they were hanging from the ceiling?
Hanging from the
What kind of
ceiling.
Jumanji world is this?
100 times worse. I don't know how that was
Seriously.
supposed to be better.
It could fall down at any second.
Yeah.
on your
Okay,
head.
well, you got her.
Yep. No.
Nailed it. Well, it's only because she reminded us.
My biggest fear.
Her biggest fear. Okay, well, that was a fun game. Thank you for
Thank you for having so many eyeballs in this story.
eyeballs and snakes.
snakes.
Hated that. Yes. If you had started with, we're going into a house, but there is a snake in that house, immediately no.
A singular snake.
I will not go into a house with a snake.
Do you remember when we were recording and Boyson was like, I found a snake in that windowsill?
Yeah, and I hated it, and I was like, don't talk about it. Like,
That one right there.
stop. If somebody has like even a pet snake in their house, I will not go inside that house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who does. Actually, 3.
Nope. Will not go in there.
I want to hold him.
No. You have
No.
weird friends.
So here's the thing. So if I got a snake
No, I will not come over to your house anymore.
ever,
No.
okay, noted.
You cannot get a snake. If there were bats in the house, would you have walked into that house?
I have walked into house with bats, okay?
Did you know they were there ahead of time?
So I've gone to Belvoir a million times than there are
That's
bats.
true.
And I absolutely hate it. So I feel your pain. I'd still go.
Okay.
I'd still
I'm proud
go.
of you.
I'm going to wear a hat though, because then they can't scratch my head with their sharp claws. One time Boydston told me that their claws are razor sharp and I wouldn't even feel if they scraped me and gave
Oh.
me rabies. And now I can't unthink it. So I have to wear a hat to protect.
That's valid.
I believe what I said was their teeth are razor sharp.
Oh, not their claws. In my head, they have razor sharp claws
And teeth.
and teeth.
They have it all.
Speaking of which,
what's my kryptonite?
what isn't your sinkholes?
Singles. That's what
Any
I thought
form
of.
of natty D's. That is a big one.
Uh-huh.
Children.
Oh, children.
Being abandoned or being alone.
Acting like I'm mad.
Oh, yeah. If you're mad at me, I'm sad.
Being surrounded by a crowd of people all staring at
You
you.
telling everybody you're a water witch.
Okay.
That worked. Are you guys ready to hear a story?
I am, for sure.
Well, turns out it's several stories. My topic tonight is smorgasbord, okay?
Smorgy.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
In case you didn't already know, I have recently taken a trip to Germany.
Your money.
Deutschland.
She got to practice her German.
I just dropped the G.
Yes, you did. Germany? That sounded more Norwegian.
It did sound Norwegian. That
What
was
is
beautiful.
Germany in Norwegian?
Tisk.
So close.
That was not what I was expecting at all, but okay.
Germany in German is Deutschland. So cute.
Tisk.
For anybody listening, my mom and I took a river cruise up the Rhine River, the majestic Rhine. And yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was exactly like you would expect. The scenery is gorgeous. The towns look like they're all from postcards. I sent pictures to Lindsay and Sarah. They said it looked like some of the towns belonged in Shrek.
Yes.
Like fairy tale.
Fairy tale.
I think Boydson said Shrek.
You're not wrong.
It was all beautiful.
I went to the town with the largest cuckoo clock in the world.
We got to see that picture.
Did you buy it?
Claim to fame? Absolutely not. Do you know that cuckoo clocks are so expensive?
I believe it.
The smallest cuckoo clock they had there was like $300.
Because they're
Oh.
so intricate and like handmade. I mean, it's one of a kind thing.
Yeah. You could buy those little whistle things independently. Somebody was like, you should buy those for your son. I was like, are you out of your mind?
No.
Do I want to hear that all day?
No.
Absolutely not. So one of my favorite days was when we were just cruising along the Rhine. Okay. We stopped at places along the way. Mostly overnight we were cruising, but my favorite was when we cruised during the day. There was like a 3-hour journey from one place to the next. And during this time, the cruise director is telling us all the history of the places that we were passing. And between point A and B, there's probably 20 castles along the way. It was just unbelievable, right? It's hard to think that these places still exist. But what caught my attention is as we get to one part of the Rhine, she tells us this story of some German folklore, which I thought was interesting. So I thought I'd share a little bit of
love to hear
German
this.
folklore.
Yes.
So at this point in the river, it's considered one of the most dangerous sections to navigate due to the tight curves and rocky bottom.
That's what she said.
I was waiting for it. Thank you.
The tight curves and the rocky bottom.
Oh no, I didn't practice this town name, so bear with me. But on the eastern bank near St. Gorshausen,
Beautiful.
That sounds great.
I'm glad I committed, but I don't know. There is a large slate rock that is about 400 feet above the waterline. And for reference, the Rhine River is only about 82 feet deep. And at this point in the gorge is 371 feet wide. The passage is the narrowest part of the river between Switzerland and the North Sea. This area is commonly known as Lorelei Rock or Lorelei Passage. So,
Like the Gilmore Girls?
exactly. Like pre-Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I think this was around before Lorelei.
I think it was.
Oh, was it? Weird. Is that where Lorelei got her name?
I was wondering if you were going to ask how it got its name.
How did this get its name?
Thank you. One theory is that it comes from the old German word Lorelm, which I'm sure I said beautifully, which means murmuring, and ley, which means rock. So due to the heavy currents and a small waterfall nearby, a murmuring sound is created. In addition, the giant rock acts as an amplifier, which produces an echo
So it's a rock that murmurs?
and echoes.
We got babbling brooks. They got murmuring rocks.
Got it. Another theory is that the name Lorelei comes from combining the German word lauern, which means to lurk or lie in wait, with the same meaning for lay. So therefore the translation would be the lurking rock.
I like murmuring better.
You don't like to lurk?
I like to lurk.
Murmuring sounds kind of like a crazy person just waiting in the shadows.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of creepy.
The rock has some famous lore associated with it, and the stories kind of vary.
The rock.
The Rock. You know, The Rock. Dwayne.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
What?
Isn't that the name? Like his catch line?
I was thinking like meth when you said that.
No, I think that's what he says.
Cooking rocks, yes, Beth.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Does he
I think
know
you're
that
right.
that means meth? Should I tell him? I don't know.
Yeah. Drop a line to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I know you'll get this. Please consider. In 1801, German author Clemens Brentano composed a ballad called Zu Bacharach am Rhein.
Yeah, it's the night before Christmas.
Very close.
So the night before Christmas was written by Clemens.
Brentano. Okay, so you were close, but not quite. Clemens Seymour.
That's Clement.
Clement Seymour.
Seymour. And this is Clemens Brentano.
Props for knowing who wrote The Night Before Christmas.
Honestly, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I was thinking you were just misspeaking and trying to say The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I thought she was talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas, too.
The Night Before Christmas is one of my favorite books.
So this author wrote a ballad called Zu Bacharach am Rhein, which tells the story of an enchanting woman who is near the rock.
Isn't the Rhine what you wrote on?
The
She
river.
rode the Rhine.
I rode on the Rhine.
Okay.
We just water skiing down the Rhine.
Yes.
The huge ship was pulling her in a tube.
10 miles an hour. Well, I floated down the Rhine, like the
Aw.
Arkansas.
Floating
Okay.
down the river. You were like, listen, this is what we do in the Midwest. We float.
This is what we do in Missouri.
We go on float trips.
We go tubes.
So yeah, translated, it's something like the city along the Rhine.
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
which
That's
tells
beautiful.
the story of an enchanting woman who's near the rock. She's betrayed by her lover and is accused of bewitching men and causing their death. Rather than sentencing her to death, a bishop sends her to a nunnery. On the way there, she comes across Lorelei Rock and she asks permission to climb the rock to look at the river again. Just one more time before I have to go to the nunnery. And while she's gazing into the river, she thinks she sees her lover floating in the river. And while going to reach for him, she falls off the cliff into her death, sadly. So now,
Oof.
1824, Heinrich Heine, which cracks me up because it's kind of close to my name. Heinrich Heine.
Hey, Heine.
Heine.
Hey, little Heine.
Wrote a famous poem titled Die Lorelei.
Of Lorelei.
Dear.
The Lorelei.
Oh,
The.
okay.
Oh.
Sure.
It describes Lorelei as a siren or a mermaid
Oh.
who sits on the cliff above the Rhine. While combing her golden hair, she distracts sailors with her beauty and enchanting song.
And her boobies.
And her boobies.
Her
Covered
seashell.
in mermaid star shells.
Starfish.
Star shells.
Or that.
They're just
Starfish.
suction to her nipples.
I don't know. Maybe she glued them. Maybe that's just what her nipples look like. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe she just has star nipples.
Starfish. Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Maybe she's got star nipples. Yes.
Lindsay, what's your opinion?
I think they're like clamshells.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm thinking
So
Ariel.
not star nipples?
Ariel. Sure.
Okay. Well, anyway, she's distracting
It's a
these
siren.
sailors.
Yes.
And it causes them to crash into the rocks. So anyhow, there's a really cool story about a mermaid / siren that lives on Lorelei Rock and also might be Lorelei.
Ooh, does she fall in love with a human man and then get feet?
Maybe this is where it came
And
from.
her best friend is a fish?
Maybe didn't the story of Ariel originate somewhere over in Europe?
Denmark.
I was up in Holland.
How do you know this?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's
It's
Denmark.
probably not Lorelei, but it could be.
Yeah, it's by Hans Christian Andersen. He's from Denmark.
But he sets the story there as well.
He published it in 1837.
This was right around the time of Lorelei Rock. Maybe
There you go.
he took the story. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll have to dive into that a little bit deeper. Get it?
Got it.
I'm a mermaid.
That was a good pun.
Thank you. Okay. I do. So I have pictures of Lorelei Rock, and they actually have written out on the rocks Lorelei. It is right by a town, and there is a stadium there. You can go to concerts at the top of the rock.
Ooh.
So I have pictures along the Rhine. I will post those, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. Another fun German lore story is that of the Black Forest Hirschsprung.
Cake.
I did eat Black Forest cake.
Was
And-
it delicious from Germany?
It was okay. Do you like Black Forest cake?
Cherries and chocolate? Yeah.
Did you know that they soak the entire bottom layer in schnapps? I didn't realize that.
That
No,
sounds
I did not know that.
incredible.
It sounds good. But when I went to the Black Forest, they showed us like a whole demonstration of how they make the cake. And we were like, oh, this is pretty good. It's like a humongous bowl. They love whipped cream over there. So it was a humongous bowl of whipped cream,
Me
no
too.
frosting. Anyways, it's not cake. It means stag leap.
What is that?
Stag?
Yeah.
Like
A deer?
Yeah.
Stag's the one with horns, right?
Correct. Yeah. There's a lot of lore about the
So,
Black Forest.
A deer leaping.
Yes. There is one specific story, this short story I'll tell you because we drove right past it and I have pictures from that. It is a narrow gorge-like section of the central portion of what is now called Hell Valley. Beautiful.
Okay. That is cousin
know-
to Death Valley here.
I know, right? One interesting thing I thought that I learned when I was there, I learned a lot of interesting things, but in the Black Forest, they called the Black Forest because it's so dense with the trees that even though they're all colored the same, that some of them appear black from far away. So long ago, they just named it the Black Forest because some trees looked black. Even though they get up close, they're all green.
Okay.
Before the road was built, the gorge was only 30 feet wide, which is very narrow. And according to legend, a knight from Falkenstein Castle was on a deer hunt in Hell Valley. So this knight, he spotted a stag and decided to chase it down because he was hunting. And this was difficult for the knight as the stag was much more agile and faster than he was, but he continued to chase the stag. The stag then leapt over the gorge and was able to escape death.
30 feet?
30 feet.
Wow.
Can't remember how many meters it was, but they could actually go another full
Several.
meter. I think it was 9.
Well, we would not understand the meters.
I had to convert it. That's why I'm saying.
Okay.
Because it was in meters and I converted it to feet.
Imperial system for the win.
But they could go further than whatever meters that they said.
Yeah.
That is a very tough stag.
He is tough. Unfortunately, the hunter did not have the same luck, and when he attempted to jump after the stag, he fell to his death.
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
In Hill Valley. And today, there's actually a statue of the stag on the cliff that can be seen from the road. They love the stag. I don't know why. He's
Well,
amazing.
Beautiful. How many horns?
Could not tell you. He was very far up there.
Okay.
And it's literally just straight up. They have some gates around it. I don't know if you can even get to it right now. The last thing I want to tell you about, and I'll have to go into some more at a later time, but finally I want to tell you about a German cryptid that I heard about while I was there.
I love German cryptids.
The German cryptids. This cryptid is often associated with the Black Forest. That's probably why I heard about him. And it is called Der Grossman. Any guesses?
The gross, man.
man.
The Gross Man.
Okay.
Any ideas what Grossman means?
Yucky.
No. And
Icky. Yeah, it means tall.
yeah.
Oh, so like a lot.
Gross literally means tall in German.
Huh. Okay. Tall in Norwegian is hoi.
They are very similar.
Tall in English is tall.
You don't say.
Wow.
Look
thank
at us.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Multilingual.
Fun facts.
So basically, Der Grossman is Germany's version of Slenderman.
Oh. Okay, I got it now.
In the Black Forest.
That's right.
I wasn't thinking like tall man, slender man, but I get it now. Okay.
Yeah. He's actually thought to be the OG Slenderman.
Okay, so Slender Man is German.
I think he was originally he was originally Slenderman.
And he was in the Black Forest.
He has
Der Grossman.
Der Grossman. You got it. He's described as very tall, thin,
Yep.
and has multiple upper limbs, some which have no hands.
Multiple upper limbs?
Like
That's
multiple
correct.
arms.
That's what they wrote. Multiple upper limbs.
How many?
It can vary.
Remember how his arms though were kind of tentacle like?
Yeah. You remember when we tried to draw Slender Man?
Yes, I
That was beautiful. I do remember. You guys did a great job.
That was
Thank you.
amazing.
We probably still have pictures somewhere on my phone.
He also has disfigured facial features.
Yeah.
He's not very cute, apparently.
Well, he deserves love. Though.
Our Slenderman though doesn't even have a face. Like it's
That's
just
true. He is faceless.
He's like a ghostly faceless man.
So some
What's
stories.
worse?
Ooh,
Faceless or disfigured?
disfigured. Ooh,
Disfigured.
Disfigured. I think it'd be startling.
Mm-hmm.
If he was faceless, I'd just be like,
You can fill in the blanks like he's happy.
I'd be like, what? Can I just not see? Am I having a stroke?
Are my contacts not working?
Yeah, maybe I need an updated prescription. What's happening?
Okay.
No,
okay.
so some stories say that Der Grossman will chase the children until they are caught and return them home to their parents to tell them how they disobeyed and they are very naughty.
Oh, well, at least he's returning them home.
Returning children is nice.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Other stories say that he whispers voices into the children's heads to come to him in the forest. And when they do, they're taken away and nobody knows what happens.
Okay,
Well,
so that's
not
worse.
nice.
There's a very creepy picture that I'll show you guys and we'll
Okay.
post of a wood carving in a demonology and fairy section of the New York Library with the caption, quote, "Never enter into its forest." This is from 1720.
Oh, that is much older than our Slender Man.
Talking about the Black Forest?
Yes, it's specifically from the Black Forest.
Did you enter into the Black Forest?
I did.
You should never do that.
I didn't know
But
about
she's
that
not a
till
child.
after.
She's not going to get taken away. Although they could have taken you and told your mom you were being
I have
disobedient.
childlike features, okay?
Sometimes she acts like a child.
They're going to tell your mom she was being disobedient. And your mom's like, yeah, I know.
Okay. And
What's
take her
new?
away.
Try it. You'll return her in a few.
Yeah, he'll bring her back and be like, on second thought, we're done
I wonder
here.
if he has a naughty sack like
Krampus.
like Krampus.
So it turns out there's a lot of really fun German cryptids that I'm going to have to look into because when I started looking into more of them, we're in for some fun.
We call them fun, and the children there are like, they're terrifying.
Terrified. So you guys know this, but my stepfather is from Norway, originally grew up in Germany. So he has a lot of really fun stories. And actually, while they're over in
My
Norway,
homeland.
in my homeland, he sent me this whole book. I'll have to show you in email. He took pictures and sent it to me. And I was like, it's all in German. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'll have to look through it with Ryan, who's also taking German. And he's like, it's a story of how the children would get taken away. if we don't follow rules and they are naughty. And they've been learning this from like a very early age. He had no idea I was going to be talking about all this. It's just that poor German children are taught that they're going to get taken away by evil monsters.
You know what I think of is Dwight from The Office. He's like,
oh,
learn
absolutely.
your rules. You better learn your rules. That's exactly what I thought of when you said it's a list of rules they must learn.
That's exactly what it is.
Dwight was right on with it. We've learned so much from The Office.
Looking back, he was right.
He was.
And he talked about a cryptid on there, but it wasn't Krampus, but it was very similar.
He did dress up as Krampus once.
He was the Belsnickel.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't remember what that is.
What the Belsnickel is, but we're going to have to find that out. But it's probably another horrifying tradition where poor children are taken away in naughty sacks. Yay, Germany.
Yay, Germany. No, I would say your cryptids are terrifying, but I mean, how is the boogeyman any better? That's also terrifying.
Right, I know. To me, they're kind of funny. Although, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool to learn that there is a mermaid in Germany. Who knew? And we haven't talked about mermaids yet.
We have not. Or
merman.
Did we talk about sirens once, or maybe no?
No, not officially.
Those would be good ones to discuss. Okay.
Well, thank you. I feel like I need more information about the German folklore.
There's an endless amount of information about German folklore.
From here on out, just tell me about German folklore.
Okay. Seems to be the area I like to hone in on, so I think we'll be all right.
I think we need to focus on cryptids outside of our country.
You know what? It has opened my eyes.
Yes. Yes.
I opened a map. They have a whole map of German cryptids, and there's probably 50 of them.
German?
The German cryptids.
All right. Thanks so much for our German smorgasbord.
You're welcome.
It's German, but yeah. Yeah, sure.
Deutsche.
Disc.
Oh,
all of the above.
Got it. Norwegian. All right, guys. You can always find us at thetipsyghost.com with our socials linked from there, or send us an email at thetipsyghost@gmail.com.
Please give us a 5-star rating and a great review anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate it, and it really does help.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.